Hello, hello everyone. This is group number one presentation. Okay, this number, this group includes 5 people. Four of them are ADP managers. Okay, today we are going to talk about what we have learned from the course, reflection on ADP examples, recommendations to improve the quality of the projects. We have taken, for example, Biology ADP, especially economic development project. Okay, Biology ADP, located in Biology. This program area is located in the westernmost part of the country, the farthest area from the capital city, where 100,000 people live. Bayinulki Emig is one of the provinces in Mongolia, but unlike other places in the country, the majority of the population is Kazakh, mostly about um, 91%, who mostly immigrated from Kazakhstan in the late of 18th. Its traditions, customs, lifestyle, and religion are different from other Mongolians, but one of the biggest nationality. Famous worldwide for hunting with eagles and beautiful nature landscape, highest mountain in Mongolia, trees, lakes, rivers, steppe, wildlife, and snow-capped mountains, all related to Bayinulgi. Okay, modernization paradigm in Bayinulgi ADP. Most ADP programs are in second phase of implementation, and they are designed with principles of modernization paradigm as well as Bayinulgi ADP. Modernization is a method of transferring development methods from developed country to developing or poor countries. Looking back in history, both rich and poor countries considered accepting this paradigm from traditional thinking of development. There is a reason for this method being launched during this period. The problem was people in underdeveloped countries did not mean that to save things like food, clothes, or anything for tomorrow because of a traditional attitude and the way they think. So they couldn't have capital to invest for the future. For the solution of this problem, modernization method helped create a modern person with a modern worldview to generate capital to invest for economical growth. Developed countries shared the value of modernization with developing countries. The Marshall Plan is core concept of modernization. For example, infrastructure guided society builds new schools, hospitals, electricity, roads. They increased communications, upgraded technology in industries and factories. They provided training for young people so that they could invest for development of technology and infrastructure. Credit is one important part as well, so they could have access to money. Here is the Biology ADP examples. Implementing different world visions approaches implemented in some other countries. PD hard, child to child, 5 plus 10, 7 group models, citizen voice in action approaches. Generating blueprints of modern toilets cabin outside the school with heating, drainage, and water supply facilities which are new to our community. Recommendations: move slightly to growth with equity paradigm with mobilizing the community to bring resource to capital from inside the community. Now the ADP is facilitating all the activities like training, community, and providing needy facilities. There are good results, but in some areas sustainability is still missing because receiving external support gives less value than the capital they invest. Growth with equity principles are missing. Okay, second topic, like generation 1 and 2. These are the samples of activities which have been implemented in World Vision Mongolia, especially in Biology ADP. Looking at those generations, we realize that it is easy to name activities for generations 1 and 2 because it is easy to see what we call hard activities. The main description for those activities is that the source is coming from the outside. The community doesn't have enough sources to do such activities by their own. That's what Vision is assisting the community. So it is more about giving, creating, building, constructing, which is what Vision Mongolia's brand activities generated from its establishment until now. Perhaps it is difficult to stop Generation 1 activities because the community's attitude is not ready for the transformation, however, they have enough opportunities. We have talked about modernization method before. During these generations, World Vision Mongolia has brought a number of approaches which are suitable for generations 3 and 4. Bayouki ADP redesigned its program in 2012 using the Development Programming Approach DPA. During this time, we started minimizing our product delivering source and tried working with people's mind. We have been told to spend less money for hard activities, hence to switch from an assistential approach to a facilitative approach. We needed lots of training activities, workshops, meetings, campaigns, and competition. So World Vision became a trainer, and that is what we do. It is hard to describe which real activities for facilitation of social movement are, and also it takes time to bring solutions from inside external support. Okay, our recommendation is keep good practices that are bringing results. There are CV approach we are using from mobilization of the community to improve the problem with community's participation. This, this method is tested for one project and was very good, so we need to try with all the projects and the area program. Third topic, social capital. Social capital is a big topic in addressing practices that are working well and those that need improvement in World Vision Mongolia's experience. We could write numbers of pages just talking about developing social capital. Especially we have learned the general ideas of social capital from this course. But we would like to address some current practices and our opinion to improve some weak areas. We do all types of responses for community which fit into generations 1 and 2, like building schools, kindergartens, dormitories, supplying books, desks, toys, beds to those places, distributing foods, clothes, firewood. Now slightly jumping to generation 3 and 4. While giving and training the local community, we have done very little, almost nothing for bonding or bridging. For example, maybe a good example for a very bad practice is that we train people in vocational schools individually, and then most of the time we forget them. So people are trained, skilled in some areas, but they are still alone. But on the other side, we train people in developing business ideas and writing business proposals, group formation. Only 10% of trained people establish solidarity groups and receive external support from World Vision or other organizations. We do not monitor or support existing groups to see how things are going. Some of these groups have stopped. Therefore, parts of our economic development project beneficiaries identified as if they have weak group identity. Our analysis for the weak groups is people build groups. General interest of the groups is to get external support. Most people think government or NGOs give support easier for formal or non-formal groups rather than individuals. There is not trust to each other in the groups. so they avoid investing more to the group business. They think they can't invest more because they are poor, but we think they can't invest because they don't trust each other. That's why groups are more interested seeking external support. We are most poorly we are most poorly working with groups bonding. Another poor practice we have experienced is centered on our gardening park. In 2012, ADP established a big gardening park with multiple numbers of greenhouses. Up to up to 100 household members started working, and now about 20 households are working. Why? We only considered giving access to natural resources such as water, soil, and manure, setting up greenhouses, and supplying seed, hand tools, training these people on how to set up seed and receive big amounts of product. However, we still have forgotten social capital of these beneficiaries. We thought we were doing gardening practices right, but we were not doing right things. If we look at things positively, we have made progress with the examples above to develop social capital for solidarity groups. We would closely monitor activities. We would train each of the group members to join for only one shared goal, to improve the livelihood of the member families through group activities. Bonding is the main dimension to improve group identity. For such coaching and mentoring for group members is really important to help them understand the value and mission of the group and business. Group formation is going too fast, so we would suggest giving more time to conduct only group activities inside. Time identifies wrong people in the group, and the right people stay with the group, and the wrong ones will be filtered until the group business starts. Another good idea is helping the community raise funds for businesses from inside the group. External funds have less value. Here is here is also our mistake. Spend a couple of months and quickly identify business ideas and give donation right after the proposal is submitted. Once groups are strong enough and running business successfully, we would plan a market survey and link other enterprises to make value-added final product. For Kazakh women, handicraft is ideal business in our community. There are some strong bounded groups and individuals as well. World Vision always tries to support such individuals to encourage working as a group and modifying products. Established groups are usually provided with tailoring equipment. Such types of groups need to connect to business with other groups. Our idea is to build a value chain among handicraft business enterprises. Groups can be like herders to supply wool and cashmere. Then there will be raw material producers like felt or thread. Tailoring groups will make products and deliver to selling points or art shops. Travel agencies find market abroad or in other parts of Mongolia. Same practice can be developed for vegetable gardening. Now there are individual farmers and they sell the vegetables to vegetable stores. In September, the potato price is 500 tugrik. Within 5 months, the price is down and can be down only 50 tugrik. The individuals and groups sell vegetables to shop only for price the shops offer. We would organize gardeners in our gardening park, beneficiaries, and train marketing knowledge so the shops can only buy vegetables for the price that gardeners offer. So this part is bounding dimension of gardeners, social capital. If this works, we would link between groups, gardeners, producers, shops, and restaurants. Government contribution to make positive regulations is also a big part to develop such groups. Biouki ADP involves the community for assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation in some way. But the main problem is community participation is presently weak. Most activities are run by the program and community is benefiting. We have reflection and learning events with community practice and it is held only once or twice a year. We listen to the community's feedback and ideas, take note and try to include in our annual operational plan. Later on, because of low communication, some of them are cancelled or not working well or even implemented by the community or government without our participation. This shows there is a lack of bridging in social capital. Staff is usually stable for the project, but regarding political change, the community group leaders are often changed. This is overall gap for that we can't do much more. Thank you for your attention.